But niggas,
All right, Wavy Tom, Curly Time back in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm joined with Yosi Asbelai, Matthew Tadessa, and Nahom Mulu Gates Ha. I started it better this time, didn't I? You didn't like the last one?
that
It's a
was
little too
God. That was
formal.
God, man.
You said what?
I
That
said
was
it was a
God.
little too. For me, it was too formal.
It was. I should have just said rat again, but like, I'm not trying to force it. It's like,
This
but
wasn't funny. Kill yourself.
You can't say that on YouTube. It's gonna get demonetized.
Hey, for the record, that's Thomas's phrase. He says
that
that
is
to
my
me all the
phrase.
time.
End it right now. Jump off a cliff. Let's go.
All right.
Yosi, can you do me a favor? Can you go to Stone Mountain and do a triple somersault, land on your feet, please?
Yeah. And then I'll just, have my knee bones right here in front of me. That's cool. Yeah.
Oh my God. But
Slight work. I got you.
Anyway, shut up. Let me get to the video.
Alrighty.
Thank you. It's like not. But the video today is but the main topic is, you see how I started that? Okay. The main topic is North American diaconats, deacons for all my English listeners. Oh, bye, Nahom. Okay.
Sorry about that. Give me 1 minute. I'll fix that.
But while he's getting that situated, the state of deacons in North America, and just about talking about like when they should get their deaconship and how that whole process plays a part in our religion and our church in general. But before we get started, disclaimer: I co-sign anything they say. Everything they say I agree with, or you will see me disagree with in the video. So that's just me showing my little sign of support. So if you have a problem with what they say, you can hit me up. You can hit them up because their Instagrams will be in the description below unless they choose not to have it. So let's get started. I think last time we started with Nahom, so we're going to skip Nahom and go to Yosi. But again, y'all can jump in whenever. But I'm just going to, Yosi, you start off and then we'll just jump in whenever we have something to say.
Okay. What's like the first question or topic with regards to this?
Basically, what's your opinion on like the state of like Decuna? And you're from, so he's from Atlanta. So is Matthew. You're from Dallas or Houston? Houston. So he's from Houston. I'm from the DMV. We're just one, to be honest. So
people hear ATL and already start freaking out about diaconat. Not even gonna lie.
You said what?
People hear ATL and they be like, "Dang, ATL deacons."
Yeah, I heard that was a thing too.
Probably because of ESFNA. Then the wildfire spread.
ESFNA was just a bad time.
Like way before ESFNA. UOTY. That's when it started.
I'm dead. I mean, the only one I remember was but like when I first remember UOTY, I was Denver and Kansas. I think Denver was the one in 2018, right?
Denver was the one. Yeah, we got all our shady looks in Denver.
That's where it started.
I didn't go to Denver. Was it good?
Yeah, it was alright.
No, it was
the first one. For my first one, I enjoyed it.
I heard it was not good.
Yeah, I mean it's Denver, Colorado.
Then again, it's also Kansas City,
we had
Missouri.
Who stole the go-kart? Remember Nahom? Who stole the go-kart with the fireworks?
Yeah, that was.
Yo, we're hella off topic.
Hold on. You stole a go-kart with a 13-year-old?
No, not me. No, some other dude.
Okay. Anyways, but Yosi, continue. I'm sorry, they cut you off.
Yeah, no, we're hella off topic.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Personally, I feel like deaconship, for lack of a better word, it seems easy to obtain now. I think that a lot of okay, I've never been to Ethiopia, but to my knowledge, right, some people might, make deacons, before they're ready because abbasats are very hard to get in Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm.
But in America, they're kind of everywhere,
Yeah.
So I don't like the idea of making a deacon and then having them, wait. Because personally, if they're not ready, they shouldn't be one.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't make sense. As far as age, I know that was a concern too. Personally, if they know their stuff, I'm straight. There are deacons at my church that are younger than me that know how to that know what they need to know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't like the idea of, okay, we'll make you a deacon today, but you're not gonna go into the Mekdes until a year from now, 2 years from now, because you still need to learn, because that kind of defeats the purpose.
For sure.
I know the reason. Well, at least for us, we waited like 7 months. I'm gonna say, like 6, 7 months. But it wasn't because we weren't ready. It's because like they wanted us to like know what we're about to like go in the Mecca, like that's some serious stuff, it's like it's not just another room of the church, like that's, I hope you guys didn't see that fly.
I saw it.
Yo, but like like Gussie's explaining this, like like it's not just like a room, like this is powerful stuff, people react in different ways going in. I'm gonna just tell you, when I first went in, I threw up. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. We were
Before or
standing there,
after?
like during Kadase, bro. I
Yeah.
threw up.
You were that nervous?
It was because it was like, it was Tensai. I mean, not the Fasika, so
Oh,
not
I went in the same time as you.
Ganna.
I went in.
Ganna. I went in on Ganna. Like, you don't eat. So I threw up, but like at the same time I was nervous, bro. So like it has hand in hand. But yeah, I feel like people wait, not because like sometimes they could do because lack of knowledge, but like other times like they want you to know, like it's not just something like I'm gonna just walk in, that's it.
But I feel like that's a question that should have been like verified, for lack of a better word, before.
Yeah, I get what you mean. We ask the same thing.
Yeah, because I feel like once you're a deacon, one way or another, you're gonna go in the Mekdes whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, you shouldn't have been one.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember, what's it called? I'll say his name, Barakats, because he's Lich. Barakats. When we were like, because it's customary, at least at our church, you'll get your dukuna and you won't go in for a certain amount of time. For like Arab, Arab, like Richmond, like
Yeah.
he went in, like he was one of the first ones. Haile Mikhail Nazi, they were the first ones. They went in of April after we got it, because we all got it together. So they went in April. I forget, was it? I don't know. They went in April. Alab went in Bafusata, and then that's when like Dagmai went in and everything, and then I went in on Hosanna, stuff like that. So it was customary for people to wait before they went in. But I mean, again, we were kind of mad about it because we're like, yo, like let's like like we're deacons, but like yo, like what are we doing? The same thing I was doing before I was a diakon. Like like it didn't, like there's like not like a big physical change, right? There's a label on your head, but like you didn't change like what you're doing at church before or after. But I remember Barakat, he came up to us one day. We're just chilling in the the Kristanarum, Yosi, our little hangout.
Yeah.
We're chilling in there. Cuz just comes in there. He's like, yeah, you guys aren't even real deacons. I was like, huh? I was like,
jeez.
I was like, what? You guys aren't even real. You're not even in the Mekdes. I was like, and then like back then I was mad. I was like, yo, like watch your mouth. But like now I'm thinking about it, I was like, I mean, he didn't say it the right way, but he's like, he was trying to say like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it
You gotta agree.
better. It sounded better now than it did back then. Not better, but like it made more sense. I don't know. That's what I was trying to say.
Nahom's been mad quiet. I thought he has a lot to say.
No, I just so I've experienced both in Ethiopia and here, just looking at multiple various churches, the interaction that bishops have with the congregants and with deacons. So in Ethiopia, the reason people wait before going into the Mekdes is because there needs to be a time for like kind of to calm down, if that makes sense. Just like after you received your deaconhood, like it should be like one of the requirements for becoming a deaconhood. A deacon is mentioned in the book of in the epistle of Saint Paul to Timothy, that you were supposed to, like, deacons are supposed to be calm, collected servants of the church. The word deacon itself literally means servant. Some of us really think it's a promotion. We're really, it is a demotion, really, in a way, because we're serving the people. It literally means servant in Greek. And so just in Ethiopia, it's just when you become, it takes such a long time because you have to, like, there's a bunch of things you have to memorize first. And then secondly, you have to be like in a certain mature state, I guess, for you to become a deacon. But then here, since like the power dynamics kind of changes, because in Ethiopia, the priests have a say in their church. Okay, more so than others. The priests have a say in the church because they live in Ethiopia. Everyone is Ethiopian. But here, the livelihood of the priests is dependent on the board or whoever's controlling the finance, essentially.
Yeah.
So if the board decides, all right, like this parent wants to make their child a deacon, to set that up, all right, the priests more likely than not don't have a say in the situation because their livelihood is at stake here. So because of that, they kind of jump steps, and then it just happens, and then just like.
Oh, technical difficulties.
Nice.
But I mean,
in like a minute later.
Yeah, you lagged out, but I think we kind of got what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
But to a certain extent, I agree with you. The board that, like, especially in America, the board.
The board is actually the board is bad.
The board is.
The board is bad.
The board decides who's asadadari of a church. Literally at this point, that's what they do. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
honestly,
like more control than the priest.
And
they do. They give the like asadadari now is just a word. If an asadadari wants to do something, he has to go to the board and be like, here's my notion, and wait for approval, etc.
Exactly.
In some churches, like, for example, I'll use my church as an example. Like, the board doesn't really control, like, Deacon as kifle or kasis kifle. Like, he'll control them like the most. Like, you're not becoming a diakon unless kifle says so. And like, also there's like abba fakat. There's ladders. So basically, like, the Khan has control, like, Deacon and that's the way it should be, in my opinion.
That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
I don't see why a guy who controls money, like the money status of, the church, I want this kid right here to be a diakon, because that's how kids are forced to become diakons, and kids are becoming diakons because of their parents' will, for lagos, like their parents like wanting them to be a diakon. It's also like a main issue in North America.
And speaking on that, I think that's when, I know you mentioned you were talking about why deacons quit. I think that's like a main reason too. Like, they're forced on, but they're not really knowing what doing parents. Like,
and like, to go off of that, I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
you're good.
In Fatana, I guess it says if a deacon got his dikonab by force from anyone, then he should,
It's like invalid, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah, like he's not a deacon at that point. Like he shall be like wigzetted. That's the rule.
That makes the most sense, because that's like kids getting dikonab either when they're really young and they were like, there's a diakon at my church who's 7. Dog, he probably can't even spell deacon in English.
I also think that parents use dikonab as a way to raise their children when they don't know how to control them. So I think the church will have a better grip on, keeping, because like as a diakon, I mean, people say like you shouldn't do things because you're a diakon. There are a lot of things that deacons can't do that, any Christian isn't supposed to do.
Yeah.
But just because you're a deacon, it weighs higher. That's what people.
The fire's higher than I've heard.
But I mean, there's like
it's still wrong, basically.
Yeah, it is. The things that a deacon can't do. They say like a deacon isn't supposed to marry twice. Technically, nobody's supposed to marry twice.
Yeah.
Because you're only supposed to lay with one person.
Mm-hmm.
That was God's intent. No one's supposed to marry twice, but because it's like known that if a deacon marries twice, he loses a dikonah. That it's like a whoa. It's like a whoa. It's like,
Nah, but like for sure, like imagine getting your dikonah, like that kid who's 7 years old. Let's say he turns 15, 16. It's not what he wants to do in life. Like that's
his
just
life, dude. It's literally gonna be like a bunch of awns. Like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that.
Yo, unless he's but I'm like that's how we like at a young. There are some kids like at 7 years old, like they know what they want to do.
Yosi has kafilin. Man's got dukunat. Yosi he got dukunat like at 6, I think. 6 or 7.
He got his dukunat when he's like 11 or something. 10.
No, 6.
Oh, I keep
Even
thinking
us.
y'all talking about me. I was
No,
like,
he got his
what are
Dukana when he
y'all
was like
talking
6.
about?
Nah, because I remember it. Like, he went to my church. Like, I remember he was not a diacon at 6, unless he just didn't go to Maktas until he was like
No,
10.
he didn't go in. He didn't go in. He went to Ethiopia, got his Dukana, something like that, and then came back. Couldn't
No.
go in, but I mean, look, he turned out good. So I feel like you said, like it's like if a kid knows what he wants, like it's okay. But like if it's forced on by his parents, like, oh yeah, my little like 9-year-old kid wants to become a deacon. Does he really want to be a deacon, or do you want him to be a deacon? I think that should be the question.
I don't know.
Personally, I say, like, let them go. Let them get through puberty first. Because like let them finish that. Because then they have like that's when they're like grown in the head. Like that's when they can really like decide for themselves. Because like if a child, I don't know.
Ironically, that's actually so true because remember, scientifically, like a man is fully grown, like mentally, just on average when you're 25, and the book says, as you guys know, when you're 25 is when you become a deacon, and then like so the exception became the rule here, and like we don't even need that many deacons anymore. It's really like oversaturated at this point. Like there's so many of us.
Yeah.
That, like it's just like we don't like we can't even make that excuse that we need deacons anymore. It's just I just think we need to kind of hopefully go back to just the idea of kind of growing first and then just figuring it out, and then if that's a venue that God wills for you, then just kind of following that instead of just the parents enforcing that, because the parents really believe that if their kid is a deacon, they're saved. Like that's it. Like and like they're good for life.
But that's really not the case. Because I also heard that if a deacon is a deacon and then like through force and then later on like messes around and like puts a bad name on himself, then the hadat goes on the babas, the kahanat, and his parents.
Which makes
sense. Like, I mean, it does. Like, I mean, I'm not.
And I think, I think Yosi like, but I think it should be a conversation between the kids and the kahan too. Yeah. Like I know, I'm speaking from ourselves. Before we got our dukuna, like the months leading up to it, like they kept asking us, like are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Like they told us, like it's not just like a one-time thing, like through high school. Like it's a lifetime commitment thing. Like I know they weren't just saying that just to say, like we know it. Like you don't just do it through high school and quit in college. Yeah. Like you're a deacon for your life, no matter like what you. I mean, not no matter what you do, but like no matter how you think, like you're a deacon, unless you screw that up.
For sure.
And that's kind of.
Go ahead. You're good.
I was gonna say that's kind of what happened with me in my case. I actually was still learning when these new diagonal got diagonal. Like I started like learning when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old. And what they did was my teachers they dragged the because I got my diagonal at 15. Mm-hmm. So they dragged that whole process for like what is math? 8 years, right? 8, 7 years. And in that time, the initial class was like, 10, 15 people. But when we got Dukunas, it was 5 of us.
Yeah, same thing that happened. Well, it wasn't, I think it had to go hand, like, there's a test at the same time people like stop. Like, I know like ours was like good 4 or 5 year process. Like there was a lot of people, and then when we ended up going to DC again our Dukuna, it was 10 of us. I mean, or no, not 10, 7 of us.
Was that why you were here last? I think I remember like you hit me, or I hit you or something. You're like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Where were you? Where were you? Just a quick question.
We went DSK and got Dukuna.
Oh, okay. But nah. Like for example, like I started learning 2016. I got my Dukuna I started learning 2015. I got it 2016. Yeah, because this is my 4th year. So yeah. So wow. Like That was a year, maybe a little over a year before I got my dukun. I started in October. So yeah, a month, like a year and a month. That's what like how long it took for me. And the only thing that like the only stuff that was emphasized by Zagize was one, Dase Maria, two, Gabra Dukunna, and then three, just like Tindishmas of Kadus and like Sarata, like, just Sarata Kadase, like stuff like, don't do this, do that, what not to do here, like do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like it wasn't until after I've never heard of Anka Zabarhan until I got my Dukunna. I never heard Iwe Swamalak, like stuff like that, like until I, became a diakon. Stuff like that I think should be more emphasized before. And not even just that, but like, go ahead, who cut me off?
No, I said Like
Oh,
I was agreeing. Like, I didn't know that stuff until afterwards either.
Yeah.
They only emphasized with Dasi Mariam, but I would go to my Salat Mazaf and it would like there'd be all these sections that nobody said anything about, like you said Anka Sabhani, Disuwa, Nazmur Dawit, all this other stuff, and I was like, what's that stuff?
yeah.
And then after I got Dikun, I was like, oh,
like
we supposed to say that. Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie. Like when I got my Dukun, like now that I look back on it, like knowledge wise, like I wasn't like where I need, like where it's supposed to be. Like all I knew was like Monday with Dasi Mariam and like Kadasi, and like call it a day. But like after like I got my Dukun, I started like picking up like, I gotta start learning this stuff.
Me too.
Otherwise,
for sure.
like I don't want to be looking stupid. Like I know.
Me too.
One of my biggest fears, like why is it on Saturdays or whatever, Fridays they do it. They go around, they pass out like with Dasi Mariam.
With Dasi Mariam, yep.
I'm
I was
scared.
just gonna say.
I'm scared like they're gonna be like say this, and I'll be like.
That's why I have. That's why that PDF of with Dustin on my phone.
I have that too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm clutch, but not like.
Are you serious? Do y'all do that?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't ever pull it out when they say it like in front of like oh Inka like auntie what's going on. I'm like ish. And then go on my phone and like. But like I heard it's a hot if you don't. I heard it's a hot if you don't say it. Like if you don't end up saying it, it's a hot. So like I always like make sure to say it eventually. But it's during Fusata when it hits the most, because every single day Basatas. I mean, maybe Yosi, you don't know this, but like every day Basatas, they'll like.
All right, call me out. That's fine.
Relax. And Matthew, for that matter.
Hey! I attended my lives this year. I don't know about y'all.
I was there in person.
Must be nice.
It was.
Yeah, must be nice.
Oh, it was. Anyways, but nah, what was I about to say?
Dasi Mariam standing up.
Oh yeah, isn't that quiet for y'all? Like y'all just say it to yourselves?
Like when I'm doing my tzalot?
Not like when I guess usually it's a diakon goes up and like, oh, like Ndezi like say you're just with Dasi.
Oh yeah. They just kind of like stand there and mutter to themselves.
Just like
Yeah, I was like, unless it like kind of looking at you like this, like.
Yeah, no one's gonna know.
Yeah.
But nah.
Dude, I just don't say it. Like when that's like if I'm like in like towards the middle of like the line of people, like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I see someone about to like start passing out Dasi Mariam, I either sit or walk away.
What I heard, or Kifle told me, put your head down like this, and they will know, like, to skip over you. I've done that multiple times at Mikai, at least.
Wow.
Really? That's the thing? I didn't know that.
If you put your head down like this, they'll that's how they notice.
That is true. Who's gonna? They're not gonna call you. They're not gonna tap you on the shoulder. That's actually so genius.
It's like low key like a sign of shame, like you don't know it, but like also like it comes in clutch.
Oh, damn! All right. Okay. I mean, I was kind of the same boat as Matthew. When I got my dikuna, like even though the teaching was here. Okay, so I was taught by one teacher for a few years, and then some personal stuff happened, and then when I came back, another case taught me. But they both taught me the same thing, which was the main focus was Kadase. And then it ended up slowly transitioning to Malkao Dase, Makasal, and Dase Mariam. But I only got Sundays with Dase Mariam, then I got Dukuna. And then I heard that you supposed to memorize all 7 days, and I was like, who finna memorize all? Like, have y'all seen the last paragraph of Friday? Have y'all seen Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Like, who finna memorize that?
Dog, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is pretty easy. Like Gura Dingut and Auntie. I forgot what it's called. The other one. What's it called? What's after Gura Dingut?
I'm not even gonna lie, that
No,
I
wild
finished
dog. There's 4
Wednesday.
diaconds and we don't know what's after Gura Dingut. Okay. Wednesday is fine, and then Thursday, but God, like the last, like
Thursday is, oh my gosh.
literally after the first one, straight. I'm not gonna say the word, but it's straight baggage. And then Friday, it's actually easy until the last one to Saturday. Saturday is easy
Mhm.
too,
Yeah.
and then Sunday is just
I kind of want to know what you're talking about. Can you tell me who you're talking about? I'll look it up for you in my
go
little
Good.
in my little book.
go to
And you
Wednesday.
felt that you're required to know the 7 Udase Mariam, Angas Abraham, Malka Mariam, and Malka Jesus. And then
Yes.
sometimes
Yeah,
Malka
see,
Edom.
I know
And
what's
then,
it called. Sorry, I was talking to, I forgot what's the name, but he got his Deacon in Ethiopia. He said like on his test, it was one of the Minnesota Deacons. They on their test, he said they would say a random line in the titles, and they'd have to like finish it, like not even give
exactly.
you the name. Like they'll just be like, from like they'll just say some random line like from Dasi Modern Friday, and like you gotta finish it.
Exactly.
I've
That's
seen that.
exactly how they are.
I've seen that
Yeah,
before.
so
Like in person.
what was you looking for, Thomas?
Go to Rabu and then go to
Yeah.
the one after Gubra Dingus. Like if you like say a Seba Sagaki, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you're dumb.
Oh my
You
god.
expose yourself on your own YouTube.
I
Nice.
promise you, like
yeah.
if I like took the time to like just sit here mentally and think about it, I'd find it, but like I don't want
Good
to.
lord, Gibra didn't get us fat.
You're lying.
Yeah, Bikura.
Yes, yeah, Bikura. Oh my god.
Um,
But
Yeah, Bikura is shorter than Gibra didn't get.
it is, but Gubra Dingus has like the tafasihi or the tafasihi or the like it's easy to, it's like catchy. Like you know what's gonna come up. Yabi
Huh?
Kubra, it's like look at it. You see how it's like everything you say, but the sun in there, Yom Dudu Salamariam.
Gibra didn't get only has. I see one tavasi, like
Look towards
one
the
word.
second half. The second half.
Oh, see, okay, this dude is weird. He
Mm-hmm.
made one tavasi red. Everything. Oh, I was. What is he talking about? There's only one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Yabikava is shorter,
And
but not
then
by much. Honestly, they're both relatively the same length.
yeah, and then Sunday. The problem with Sunday is they like repeat a bunch of stuff from like other Dasemariams, and then they have their own like God, like they have their
Mhm.
Yarasachon. So like it's just so confusing.
Yeah, and
yeah, the
honestly,
Mariam
Sundays
Dingid is Mariam. That's the one that said like right before you say with Dasi Mariam. They say Mariam Dingid is Mariam. Saadi Saadi and have a Christos or Dicky Saadi and this, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Right before they start with Dasi Mariam, and then they just start. Whatever.
Senyo, yo, like
From Friday.
oh my god, like that makes me happy. Like Senyo
Yeah.
is so like easy, man. And then Zotas,
That's
I got that on locks. And that's
yeah.
never
For
gonna.
us, like the way, so Gussie's animation, he started teaching us like, so we said we wanted to train. There was like a little like 8 month period that we didn't do, like we're just double boys. We didn't learn, like we started learning on our own. And then Gussie's like, you know what, I'm gonna start having classes, stuff like that.
Yeah,
And we started learning. The first thing we learned was Udase Mara Monday. We didn't even do like Zota Zorot. We
really?
did it Monday in Zema, and we kept going, and then we went to Zota Zorot, and then like that's all we focused on for like a year.
Yeah.
And
So
so what I did, like I started learning. We all started learning on our own. It's like like we had like YouTube stuff like that.
yeah.
And so one day, cause he's like, we're gonna start Kadasi, and he started asking us, and like, he's like impressed, like, y'all know your stuff, like,
Mm.
bravo. And so, after we started doing that, that's when we got it. And then we got our test and speaking on tests, like, I'm gonna just go off topic. I think we can all agree tests aren't what they should be, like we said.
We don't
Like,
have a fast enough.
yeah, our test was in the know. Like, we had to say a random miswak. He asked us like a Dase part, and we had to go, masatins, like we had to do masatins in front of everybody.
Hey, yo, what?
Wait, what? What's the last name?
Masatan.
Masatins. Like
Wait,
we had to
Masatans. What?
we had
Masatan.
like
Like the
we,
Like with the
yeah.
Jantala, like
No,
Jantala
but
and
we didn't do it. He just wanted to see if we knew what we were doing. Like he'd be like, somebody be first, somebody be second, somebody third. Go in your respective places and like do
wait, in
it.
front of everybody meaning what? In front of who?
Like on a Sunday?
Our Saturday classes.
Oh, like in front of your friends.
Yeah, like the
Nice.
like little kid and stuff.
Y'all
Oh.
use 3 diacons to Masatan?
3
To
and then one in the
Masatan when?
back.
Like, I'm just saying in general, like for us, I don't know about y'all, but we only use 2. One person holds it off and Mescal, the other one holds Jantala.
When? Like Dwats?
Yeah, like right before Kadase, like right before Kiram and all.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And don't us, it's just one diakon.
Mm.
And he there might not be Jantala. And if my Kahan is tired of waiting, he'll just do it by himself.
Yeah. Like, well, it's
Yeah.
either like that. I mean, I've never seen 3. I guess maybe it's just for like training purposes. I don't know about you, Matthew, but
Or maybe
Yeah,
maybe
but
they
he
use that
wanted
to like copy Sabato
Mm.
like
said
after this
he wanted us. He said he wanted us to make sure we knew them. Like during Gadas, like you have movements. He said he like that was like a section of our test. I could say like, he'd be like during this time where do you go? Like during Gadus when you're after you read, like where do you go? Like he'll ask
That's
us.
actually really smart.
That's actually like we didn't
support
do
that. We didn't do that either.
I had to learn
remember
after.
I remember after we became deacons, because we got our duke in October, Thanksgiving. Gussy's was at our cousin's house. He pulled us out. We went in the basement. He was like, dude, like, he was like, I know that sounds so weird.
So like a porno, dog. Yeah, I mean, as he went to the basement, dog.
But he got all the diacons there, and he was like, he'd like during this time show me the movement that you're supposed to do, or he'll be like, he got like a stand. He'd be like, which way do you turn the stand? Stuff like that. Like that was before we went in.
That's some like field training, like that going to field training 101, dog. Oh
I never had any of that.
We had no.
I would be mad if you put me to like the downstairs of my cousin's house to like pop quiz me about movements. I would get up on my house. Like,
oh my god!
What are you doing? Like,
and so
again, I think that would have been like a very nice like
for sure.
thing to teach.
The funny
for
part,
me, like, huh?
Oh, never mind. It'll go. It's good.
No, go.
Oh, the funny part. So we didn't know. We were like,
Continue.
and didn't know. Like, maybe he's gonna tell us how we're gonna go in, cause like it was like right before Herazion. So like what if he's like, yeah, get ready to go in, and then when he told us like, no, just let me know mini test, we're like, bruh, like we're just like, are you serious? It was funny.
That's tough.
How many diapons did y'all get Dukun now with?
7.
10.
No. Okay, Yosi.
It was 5 of us, and then the case that taught us, like his 2 sons.
Okay. You already know me. 20 others, maybe a little more.
Yeah.
I'm good.
What's the
Wait,
name
was it
son
that
got
one
Dukun
time
now
that I
again?
saw like it was like a bunch of people freaking standing in front of them like this,
and
kneeling
guys
down?
like this is one of the biggest I've seen. Like, and I'm not even trying to sit here and gas my own church, but like it's one of the biggest like this I've ever seen. From like, and it's this after it was renovated too. From one side to the other, just a line of dudes.
I
Yeah,
heard
I saw
that. I
think
heard
it was
that
Hidal
Armatus
Mikan,
is
one of the
bigger.
years. Right?
Who's like this?
Or what's the name? Aman. I don't know if you know him. He
big one?
No. Aman's little one. He came from Atlanta.
Argyle, Brooks' brother?
No, there's another one. You
Not
probably
from
don't
the
know.
Wait, Jar Jar?
No, he's not from DMV. He came to DMV for college. But when he went to Mika, he was like, yeah, Armatus is slick bigger. I was like, no way.
The thing with our Magdas is it's like, I don't know. It's big going up. Like there's a lot of space going up, but like this way, I mean, it's big. It's bigger than like if you guys. I'm not gonna say you're in gas like go off on other churches, but it's bigger than a lot of the ones in the DMV. It's big and bigger than most, but like I've definitely seen bigger. Like I think Yosi's church has a bigger Makdas, right? For sure.
Then y'all's, yeah.
Yeah.
Our Makdas isn't that big, honestly. Our
Nah.
church is huge, which is weird.
It's long. It's long.
Like the church is huge. Like it.
Flag check. Oh, you're
No,
back.
it's because I'm getting FaceTimes.
Yes.
But it's weird because like you would think that a church like that's big would have a big Makdas, Makdas, but it doesn't.
That's tough.
Unfortunately.
I don't understand.
Abbo's renovations. I can't wait to see that.
That's honestly the one I'm looking forward to. Abbo's my favorite saint. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I'm down for that.
All right.
Every March and October.
Hey, Sama. Docho, Sama. We have like 45 seconds left in this call. So, and it's not like I'm going to like record again because honestly, we have much more to talk about. So we're going to do a part 2 tomorrow around the same time, 8:30, if y'all down with that. All right.
I'm good.
I'm done.
We're posting these separate, a 40-minute podcast. Yes. All right. YouTube's going to kill me when I try to upload this. But like for part 2, I'm not going to do it. We're putting both on YouTube. Anyways, thank you, Yosi. Thank you, Nahom. Thank you, Matthew, for doing part 1 with me. We'll do part 2 again. If y'all want to see them on more podcast episodes, let me know. We can do way more. It doesn't have to be church related. It can be anything. But yeah, guys, that is it. Bye.
Bye.
Toodles.
How do I